What is up, everybody? Welcome back to another edition of REI Genius Live. And yeah, we I think we're three weeks in already in June, and there's been a lot going on in regards to just real estate updates, the news. The Fed decided to hold tight on the interest rates, which we saw that coming with the federal funds rate. I read a great article the other day from Redfin on where the market is right now. So year over year, the market is up a little bit over 5%. There's still a little bit more stability coming in real estate investors for across the board. Redfin says real estate investors have been crushing it, fixing flips, renovations, depending on what market you're in. If you got any type of inventory or projects that you're working and you're getting on the market, you're doing pretty good. Although days on the market are continuing to creep up, you look at different places with Florida, where you have the interest rates coupled with the with insurance premiums that have been increasing, that things have started to slow down in some markets like Orlando. Specifically, there was one area outside Lakeland. They said listings for the inventory right now, year over year, was up 500%. I got that data from was it RE Venture on YouTube that they were definitely worth the follow. But some of the new listings on there that right now you have the dynamic. For those that didn't know, Orlando and specifically Disney World traffic was down somewhere around 20-25% last year. And so with that less traffic, less need for Airbnbs. And so you see a lot of people who had Airbnbs in that Kissimmee area all the way down to Lakeland that were doing the Airbnb model that now we're trying to sell. And so there's an enormous amount of listings in those areas. So real estate is extremely local. So make sure you're focusing in on the local area. And with that, speaking of local areas, we're going to be talking to our resident local real estate investor in the Augusta, Georgia market, none other than Mr. Henry Scott. We're going to let him come in and introduce himself, and we're going to be talking mentorship. We're going to be talking about marketing, getting started in real estate investing. Because the thing is, when you look at the recent Gallup poll that came out in 2024, that for the last decade, the last 10 years straight since 2014, real estate has been the number one long-term investor. Go look it up. The Gallup survey poll, they polled the wealthy and went through what are they looking at over stocks and bonds, over gold, that real estate is the number one long-term investment that's out there. It is no secret. And that's the thing that we're going to break down next week. I'm going to show you guys the top 3 strategies to do deals in this market, to kind of help you all understand you can make money in any market. Like right now, all the riffraff people who were playing real estate investors that were just out here just saying, I'm a real estate investor, I'm a wholesaler, that weren't doing deals, like they're off the wayside. They're doing fitness coaching, they're doing, wellness call. I don't know what they're doing, but they ain't real estate invested. And so that's the thing, like right now, no kidding, real estate investors, we out here in the streets, we making deals happen, we having $1 million conversations, we taking $1 million trips to go walk $1 million deals. And that's what we're gonna be talking about today. So none other than Mr. Henry Scott, come on up. We're ready to talk business. I've been looking forward to this all week, man. I couldn't even sleep last night.
Man, Johnny, what is going on, brother? What is going on? Love it, man. Love it. Love it.
For sure, man. For sure, man. Henry, one thing that I always say, whatever's going on, Henry's always coming with the energy. Like, I'm energetic. I love real estate. And when Henry hits the scene, it's captured in your reels, all your social media posts. It's like you always up, you always pushing it, you keeping people motivated. And how can you not be motivated and encouraged having somebody around you, man? No, so I appreciate the energy that you bring, because that's what it takes. That's what it takes. And people recognize it.
Bro, the struggle is real. We see it every day, man. For all of us, shout out to all the W-2s out there that's trying to get out the rat race. You got to keep it positive. You got to keep at the forefront everything that you're trying to achieve and all the noise in the background where it needs to be. So that's what kind of goes into my energy. We all are struggling. We all are going through something. But if you let that take over your being and let that consume all your energy, you're never gonna reach your goals. So whatever I'm going through, I'm always smiling because the kind of energy that you project, that's what you're gonna get back. So that's why I always try to keep it 100.
No, 100%, 100%. And that's what you do because I tell people, like, they ask, how can you manage all the deals, the W-2, the family, coaching, all this stuff. It's like, we all got 24 hours. You just got to figure out what's most important and what you're going to do with them. And so I think that's what it always comes down to. And, it's a challenge. Like, life is going to be a challenge whether you're doing what you want to do or not. So you might as well get out here and take action and move forward. So introduce yourself to those who don't know you. I like to say, tell us everything that's not on the bio, and introduce yourself to those that's watching tonight.
All right, all right. I want to start off with I'm an ordinary guy just out here trying to live his dream. That's what I want to start out with. Just an ordinary guy. There's nothing special about me. There's no special sauce. There's no celebrityism. I'm just a guy. Um, 20 years in the military plus, still rocking and rolling. Hopefully the next couple of years I'll be closing that chapter, starting something new. Family man, lovely wife, 3 lovely boys. That's my inspiration. That's why I do what I do. That's why I embrace the struggle and not run from it, because I'm teaching them the same values that were instilled in me from the past generation. Shout out to
Mm,
Henry Scott III. Um, and I'm just a resilient dude. I've been through a lot, and uh, with everything that I've been through, and a lot of people can attest to this. Life throws a lot of curveballs at you, and you might strike out, but all you need is that one home run. So I'm just waiting for my home run to come through. I'm dusting off, coming back to the plate. Hey, waiting for that next curve so I can knock it out the park. So resiliency has always been huge for me in my life, going through the military, the ups and downs. So that's what I'm kind of taking into real estate, because I saw. And my funny story is, I was a big fan of Flip and Flop. That was my show, and it gave me so
okay.
much energy and joy watching that show, and it just looked interesting. So about 2 years ago, me, my sister, and my dad, we said, man, we want to do something to create generational wealth. We just need something to get us to get us to the point where we're able to live the lifestyle that we want, and the most importantly, set the example for our generation.
Mm,
So that's why we started Scott Investment Group, is not only to
okay.
make money, but to create legacy, to create something that I'll be able to pass on to my kids. And it's something that we can do as a family. So that's kind of what the backbone of, and that's kind of our 3 pillars: life, liberty, and legacy. So that's
Okay.
so those are the values that we stand by when we go into every deal, every action, every struggle. We know what we're doing it for, and God has blessed us to be in a position to where we're not only able to shape our destinies, but help others shape theirs as well. Um, so I'm a military guy, husband. I'm a professor. I teach IT. So my background is IT.
Okay.
Um, and like you said, I'm a real estate investor. So I wear many hats, as a lot of us do, but the big difference is the outcomes that I want. Every hat that I wear is to a specific outcome that I want to achieve. So, and that's what a lot of us have problems figuring out. We have that distortion, is that we wear all these many hats thinking that we're moving towards the outcome that we want to, the outcome or the outcomes that we want to achieve, but we're
Right.
not. So we're running, standing in place, like we're running on a treadmill, like we're not moving forward. So, and I had to really, like, I want to say halfway into my military career, I had to really figure out, like, man, where am I going with this? And then that kind of served as the catalyst for everything that I did since then. So
Okay.
I love to teach, and teachers helping me in real estate as well, as far as getting over my fear of public speaking. Because I don't like speaking in crowds. I'm not that type of guy. So like
Man,
I
we
always
not
say,
buying that. We not buying that.
bro, I'm telling you,
We not buying those limited beliefs. We
bro,
not buying that. We not buying that.
look, let me tell you, I have embodied. You have to be comfortable being uncomfortable. It took me a while to
Facts.
do it, but I had to get around people that would put me in that position. So that's why, and we haven't talked about networks here. networks yet, but your network is your net worth. But I know I've been rambling. Hopefully I answered your question, brother. But let's keep it moving. Let's keep it moving. What you
No,
got for
no,
me?
no, no. I love it. I love it. That's it's so much to unpack. One, I think we as military active duty veterans that a lot of times that transition is a struggle point for us as we transition away from the service. That so many walk away from service and they're lost. They don't have a focus or know what their next move is or what their next chapter looks like for themselves. And as I kind of I'm on the cusp of making that transition myself. And the more veterans I talk to and talk with other people on LinkedIn about their experience, whether it's on the career side, if it's on the VA disability side, that everybody doesn't have a plan. They don't have it together. Yet we have so many skills when it comes to leadership, uh, job performance, operational roles. Like there's so much we bring to the table. And I think that's why so many of us succeed as entrepreneurs, just because we know how to take the orders, we know how to execute, and better yet, we know how to remain flexible. We know how to figure it out. Because half of this stuff they give us, they just throw us whatever. They like, hey, just figure it out. You got to be creative. You got to think outside the box, and you got to make it shake and you got to
That's
make it
it.
happen. And I think that's why so many of us do well in real estate investing and just do well in entrepreneurship. But you have to have that structure and you have to have that belief in yourself. That because a lot of times the world would tear you down, family would tear you down, and you will lose that self confidence. You'll lose that belief in your ability to be a conqueror, and being able to succeed in any environment. So I think shout out to all our veterans out there. Make sure you understand your worth and what you bring to the table, because guess what? Your success in the past is going to set you up for future success. You just got to continue to move on it and nurture it and get in those right circles where they can build you up and support you in your next chapter in life. Um, but yeah, so tell us, why real estate? Why real estate? So how did Scott Investment Group and being in the military, making six figures, good government job, benefits, TRICARE, retirement, we're getting a pension. So why even get out here and invest in real estate?
So one thing is, and many people that's been around me in the military might not see this, but I want to do something that I want to do for me.
Okay.
And don't get me wrong, I'm very selfless, right? And I love the service. But that it's just something with real estate. It ignites a different type of fire. And I always said that I wanted to do something I was very passionate about, that I woke up thinking about. I enjoyed the military. I love what the opportunity it created for me, but real estate burns a little differently. It ignites a different fire in me. So the big thing for me for real estate is I'm just passionate about it. When I wake up, I think about it. When I struggle, I think about it. And it's something that I know would give me the time freedom. I know we talk about that word, the time freedom that I need to spend the time with my family. And that's one thing that we don't have a lot
Okay.
of is time. And being in the military, I deployed over 54 months, and that's deployment time overseas
Wow.
in the combat zone. Not speaking overseas, yes, overseas tour. I did 2 overseas tours and over 6 deployments. I can't get that time back,
Let's go.
right? So, but granted, on the flip side, is there a benefit? Yes, there's a benefit to retire from the military, but that time do not come back. So one of the biggest things for me for real estate is time freedom. Me being able to continue to do the things that I love, but also do it in at my convenience.
Okay.
Having that autonomy to do that. So that's one of the biggest things for me in for real estate, and you know having those tangible assets for for my kids. And that's one thing the military doesn't give you, or he doesn't even teach you, is being able to have those tangible assets that will generate future income. Yes, we do get some passive income from retirement, but what are your outcomes? My outcomes, the military couldn't provide for me. But let's just back up a little bit. Let's say I started out like some of these kids now starting out at 20 years old doing real estate.
Right.
So they got the cheat code. We
Yep.
had to wait 20 years
Right.
to learn it. So imagine all that time they're saving that they're able to do the things that they want to do when they want to do it. That goes back into our three pillars: liberty, having that autonomy to live the life
Mm.
you want to live, how you want to live it. And this ain't just my value. This is what this is what the people that wrote the bills for us said that these
Yeah.
are the values that we are warranted being an American. So that's why I do real estate as hard as I do, because I want that. I want to taste it. I think we owed it. But the thing is, I got to put in the work to get it. It's not going to be given to me because life already told me
Facts.
that. So, that's where I'm at when it comes to real estate and what burns me, and what keeps me motivated every day. But the struggle is real. The struggle is real.
No, and I think that's the thing. Thomas Jefferson said was a life, liberty, and the pursuit of happiness. That
Yep.
we're chasing it. And that was one of the things that I talked about this past weekend when I was in Austin, Texas. We're talking about mindset, that the pursuit of happiness makes you think that you have to chase happiness. But the thing is, you can't chase what's already inside of you, and that you got to find that happiness inside of you. And so, because we as entrepreneurs, real estate investors, I'm guilty of it, that we always tie our happiness to the next property, to the 1,000 units, the 100 units, to
Right.
the $10,000 of passive income. But yet, still, the happiness should be tied to us looking backwards and understanding where we were 6 months ago, where we were a year ago, 5 years, 10 years ago, and the growth that we've seen as an individual, and not tied to some goal or somewhere that somebody else is in their journey, but tied to where we are today and where we've come from, to understand that success is where we are right now in reality today, and it's not something in the future. And that's the thing, like the independence. Everybody, the light bulb clicks on for everybody at a different time, a different point in their journey, but it's got to click on, because you can take a horse to water, but you can't force it to drink. And that's the thing. Like when you start talking about building wealth and retirement, like we talk about retirement, and not retirement in the sense of doing nothing, but retirement in the sense of doing anything with your time.
Right.
And that's the thing, that real estate and passive income, real estate is just a vehicle. There's many vehicles out there, but real estate is just one. And for me, it was like, okay, once I saw, hey, it made 90% of millionaires the last 2 centuries were made through real estate. I'm like, okay, it must be something to this. And then I read this book by Robert Kiyosaki, and then he wrote a book with Donald Trump. And, looking at this, I'm like, hey, these are the rules to the game: leveraging debt, passive income, tax write off, bonus depreciation, debt pay down from your residence, cash flows. Like, okay, now I'm looking at all these things, that benefits that come in real estate. Like, let's go. Let's make it happen. So how's that journey been for you? You step into real estate, still managing the W-2, still managing the family and everything. So how's that journey been for you?
Man, it's been interesting. I would say it has not been easy, because the learning curve early on was huge, and I didn't have I would say I didn't have the right people around me at the time to really take it to the level that I need to take it to at the beginning. So there was some mistakes made. And that's why now I always harp on mentorship and how important it is, because people that have already been there, done that, and them sharing their experiences with you, you can't put a dollar amount on that, because it saves you so much time, headache, heartburn,
Yes.
and it could kill your motivation, and it could kill your will to keep going. So it could kill your dream.
Ooh.
So, and this is why I say the power of mentorship, man. And it took me a while to realize it myself. You know, like I said, we all perfectly imperfect for a reason.
Facts.
But yeah, starting out, we hit the ground running. So we have our strategy, right? Hey, we're doing fix and flips. You know, we're gonna flip that into doing child. We were gonna open a child care center and use that money to funnel into multifamily. That was our strategy for obtaining the outcomes that we wanted. So, and we're still working on that. So right now we're still doing our fix and flips right now. We
Okay.
did it. We did invest in a multifamily property as a limited partner, acronym LP. We can get no acronyms too. That's another reason why you need a mentor. All these, this man, real estate is like speaking another language. It's like
Yeah,
going from
it
English to
is.
Chinese. If you ain't got a mediator in between helping you decipher all this stuff, you can get lost. And when you get lost in real estate, you losing this.
Mm,
And I've done that too. I don't want to do that no more. That's why I got people like Johnny
okay.
Lottom, the military CEO, right there with me every step of the way, so I don't make those mistakes again. And I'm gonna share this story. So I was looking at a property in Chicago. Man, I had the y'all. I had the appraisal. The appraisal looked good. I met this contractor down there. I know she legit. I know she legit. But other than her, I didn't really have no other contacts in Chicago. And the lender I was using didn't want to just give me the loan. He didn't want to just have my endorsement because he knew the market in Chicago better than I did. So he was like, "Hey, can you get somebody to come on with you?" And I was just like, "Man," and like I said, I'm brand new, y'all. I mean, I know a little bit, but I don't know. I know just a little bit. So, make a long story short, I hit up my guy Johnny. I was like, "Man, I got this great deal. Man, look at this appraiser. Look at this appraisal. We get a property for this. Man, we can make about 100 plus on this one." He was like, he asked me these questions and got this thing turning. I was like, "Well, you right about that. You right about that. You right about that." So this is why I say if I didn't have you in my corner, and if I would have found someone else that was like, "Hey man, yeah, go ahead, go do that," whatever the case may be, and I didn't have a plan B. I
Mm,
had an A, but I didn't have a B. And a lot of people depend on that plan A. They're like, "Hey, it looks good, it fits, let's go for it."
right.
And when you have somebody that's objective, that's looking at it from a different angle, that's where the value is. That's why they always say, if you're the smartest person in the room, it's time for you to find a new room.
Yeah, you're in the cage.
That's what I'm saying. So, make a long story short, I didn't do that deal, and maybe it was a good deal, but it's okay to say no because there are other deals down the road. So we said no to that deal, um, and that's why I said it's the power of mentorship. And like I said, I didn't have that early on, and I made mistakes early on. And that's why I said it's key, man. It's key to have that objectivity when you're doing. I won't just say in real estate, just in life in general, because you don't know your
That's
blind
true.
spots. You don't know your blind spots. So, but yeah, shout out to Johnny, man, for coming through in the clutch, man, coming through with
Yeah, I forgot about
the
that
game
one. I
winner.
forgot about that one.
Yeah, man,
I
the
forgot about
Chicago
that one.
kid.
That's the big thing, man. Because when you think about it, we as real estate investors, we say no more than we say yes. Think about the deals that we say no to, the offers that we making, we get denied because they're too low. Well, that's the thing that we have to go through and understand that no is part of the game. No is still part of the process.
Right.
No is still part of the journey. That's not looking lesser on you or what you're doing, but now it's setting you up for future success. And and so that's the thing. You gotta definitely be encouraged. Be encouraged to have the right people around you and the right network around you. Whereas that you can have those conversations, you can lay it out because that's the whole purpose of having a mastermind. It's where multiple brains and minds come together where you're not worried about just your limited experience being the only decision point at the table. When you look at Facebook, Google, General Motors, any of these Fortune 500 companies, they got board of advisors. They have a diverse group of people sitting at the table to help them make decisions, to make the right decisions for the company. And it's no different than what we're doing. That if we're serious about building a real estate portfolio or just our investment portfolio in general, then we should have multiple minds coming together to help us make the best decision for our portfolio. So no, man, most definitely, man. Salute to you for doing the work. So marketing, man. So how's marketing played a role in what you've been doing thus far in your real estate investing journey?
Whew, man. This is all I gotta say about marketing. If you're not out there sharing your knowledge, you're cheating yourself. You're not only cheating yourself out of opportunity, but you're cheating others out of opportunity as well. So I'm out there on Facebook, I'm on Instagram, I'm on LinkedIn. I'm just out there sharing my story, Johnny. Honestly, I'm just sharing everything that I do, from the fix and flips, from my past hiccups to my current hiccups. I'm just sharing all the knowledge that I have because that's a part of who you are. That's a part of your brand. That's a part of telling people, okay, hey, I'm great at this. I'm not so great at this, but as you can see over time, I'm making my weaknesses my strengths, and I'm showing you that. And people
Right.
like to see that because that's showing that you are not only focusing on just your strengths, you're trying to build your weaknesses up as well, and that can relate to everybody and how they're trying to develop themselves. Because a lot of us seem like we're alone because we're not sharing our experiences. And we're not, and the struggle is what brings us together. It's not sometimes I would say the success does too, but the struggle really unites us. So when people are sharing them stories of struggle, you gravitate to those people because you want to help them through the pain. Know what I'm saying? So I always like to share both sides of the coin, and I think that I mean brand and that's branding. It's showing the people who you are, what you're doing, what you're about, and I'm gonna tell you, my DMs have been ringing, not just on people that's wanting
Okay.
to partner with me, wanting to invest with me, but them just wanting to share their story or hear more about my story, and that leads to opportunities. And that's
No
what this
facts.
whole thing is about. Is what I mean. This is what we're here on this earth to do. We're not here on this earth to walk it by ourselves, to walk our journeys by ourselves. We're here to walk it with other people. We're here to make a difference. You know, we're here to bring value. And the only way people are going to see that is if you market yourself. And there's different ways to do it. But if you're trying to do it if you're trying to promote a business, if you're trying to do it from a business sense, being in the technology era, you have to be on social media. You have to know how it works, how it operates, how it could build and boost your brand. Because I would feel that is the whole point of getting into business is to expand and to reach as many people as you can.
Right.
So so that's how I kind of capture my marketing. When I'm doing my real estate, I like to be down in the weeds, walking people through what what I'm doing, and that's also helping me teach myself and um just reinforce what I already have
Right.
there. Know what I'm saying? So yeah, so that's my marketing strategy. Just give the people what they want. Hey, Henry Scott, real estate investor, military service member, a father. I have my kids in some of my reels. My son does my reels for me, and that's just who I am. It's like I try to bring everybody with me because I say I'm building a coalition. It's not about me. It's about the coalition and making the impact, making the difference that I want to make, and that's what I want my brand to portray. Is that we out here, we making an impact, we making a difference, and I'm showing you how we doing it, and I'm bragging about it because this is what I
Facts.
love.
No, I love it. I love it. And that's the thing. And that passion translate in every video that you do and the post that you're doing. And because I'll tell you, like, us as real estate investors, we come together, we chop it up, and we kind of see what other investors are doing and what they're doing. But like when you really think about it and get down to it, like we're the 1%. When you talk about military members being the 1% of the population, but real estate investors, we're right there as well too, because I have so many conversations with professionals, individuals that they understand the importance of investing. I just talked about the Gallup poll that talked about real estate being number one for 10 years running for as the top long-term investment. Like people understand that real estate investing is the thing, but they lack the information, they lack the knowledge, and they lack the time to dedicate to it to get exposed to it. And so that's one of the things that I made in my calls. For those that don't know, we're launching Line Capital, our private equity fund that's going to be geared toward multifamily and more um, alternative investments with real estate here in the future, but to bring it to the masses because there's so many people when you start talking about the TSPs, our thrift savings plan, or our 401k for the military, that once you separate or you retire from the service, that they don't know that there's alternative investments that you can invest in and take a portion of those funds in order to diversify your portfolio and to get exposed to a little bit more real estate where private equity has beaten the stock market, for the last couple of decades when you're looking back at historical trends. And I think, looking at where projections are going in the future with just the limited inventory and where construction is today, that I think renters, landlords, and those who own real estate long term for the cash flow perspective are going to be in a very good position. So, no, love it, man. So, I'm gonna open it up for questions. We've been going for a little while. We'll open it up to those that's online that's watching to give us questions. So what does the next 6 months look for you and Scott Investment Group?
Well, we got two major projects that we're working on right now, and those are going to be about 6 to 8 months. Shout out to all my investors, man, that are believing in us and believing in the dream, and pursuing their dreams, and
Okay.
us making a difference here in the Augusta community. So right now we're doing that. We closed out
Unpack
one.
the, unpack the, unpack that a little bit for the audience when you say investors.
Oh, so and then this kind of goes back into the branding, right? So people see what you're doing, and that kind of ignites a fire, and like minds come together a lot of times. So the last deal that we did, we have two huge deals going on that we couldn't take on ourselves. So had a couple of people reach out to me, and I just shared the vision, share where we're trying to go, what we're trying to do, the impact that we're trying to make. Um, and I asked for, well, I offered um, an opportunity to take part in what we're doing, and we kind of exceeded expectations. I was actually blown away by the support that I got. But as I said before, I'm not a public speaker. I'm not a capital. We call this in the real estate community capital raising for a project. I'm not a
Hmm.
capital raiser. I'm an acquisitions guy. I go out there, I seek it, I find it, I close it. That's what I do. That's the name of the game for me. So, like I said, we gotta get comfortable being uncomfortable. So I had to get uncomfortable, go out there, but it really gravitated towards me because I got myself out there. People seeing what I'm doing, they want to be a part of the experience. So, um,
Mm.
so what I did, it was a 15-minute capital raising call. I presented my
Okay.
information. At the end of the 15 minutes, I had raised a lot more than what I came to get. That's how excited they were about being a part of it. And the thing that kind of warms my heart, Johnny, like I said, I'm gonna be like I said, I'm an open book, man. It was that she thanked me for allowing her to be a part of it.
Wow.
I was the thankful one. You know what I'm saying? I was thankful when she
Yeah.
thankful
Oh
when
yeah.
we, but this is how you know what you're doing is real, what and they can feel the genuine nature in what you're doing and what you're trying to build. And that's the reason why I do what I do. When I closed that first house, the look on the first time is a military guy. The look on his face when he
Okay.
closed the deal, the nervousness he felt when he closed the deal, the question, like those are the moments to where it's like, man, this is
Yes.
real. This is
Yep.
real. We really out here changing lives,
Lives. The real estate. That's what we do.
right? But in order to do that, you have to struggle, and there's been struggle. But looking at what we accomplished, it makes that it makes that minimal.
Yep, it does. Facts. My man Hutch said he wants to definitely connect with you, invest in Augusta. Yeah, Hutch is a great dude. I done a podcast a little while back. He's crushing it in multifamily, and no, that'd
Oh,
definitely be
okay,
a great
Hutch.
connection.
Awesome, man. We got
Yep,
hey,
yep,
bro, we got to connect.
for sure, for sure. We got a couple of the clan back here, the REI Genius posse that's backstage. Anybody want to come up and ask any questions or anything?
Where y'all at? Where y'all at? Where y'all at?
If not, that's fine. Um,
Hold on.
you
Hey,
know,
hey,
but
Johnny, let me do something real quick, man.
go
Hey,
for it.
man, shout out Joel, man. Yo, man, Joel, you my hero, man. Hey, Leslie, shout out to Leslie too and Roland, man. Y'all are light years ahead of me when I first started. I'm telling you, man. Hey, our community is the best community out there. And I'm telling y'all, I've been a part of some communities that cost a lot of this. I haven't been at this community right here is it, y'all. Like the people that we got in here are hungry, man. They're passionate about reaching their goals, learning. Man, I don't learn so much from Joel. Just being in our community, just talking, and we talk offline too. But just seeing the things that they're doing, man. Shout out to y'all, man. Like, man, I love this community, man. I love it. Shout out to y'all, man.
No, facts, facts. There's Dr.
There he
Joel
is.
right there.
Harry, I just want to give a shout out to you, man. You are so inspirational to all of us.
Hey
You
man,
lead
appreciate you, brother.
by example. You doing the thing. You're taking action, and that inspires the rest of us. You're infectious. You're contagious with your go getter type of attitude and your work ethic, and even taking the lead in marketing. You're showing us all how important marketing is and how we should be out there branding ourselves. And you also stress the importance of our team. And I think that's been the biggest thing that I've gotten out of this group is that you don't have to do this by yourself. You can't do it by yourself, and you shouldn't
Yeah,
do it by
Right.
yourself. Everybody has different skill sets, and you do so much better as a team. And maybe that's you guys' military background. I know they stress that in the military, but you really show us how important it is to be in the room, be a part of the team, and I appreciate your leadership and your motivation, inspiration.
like I
Let's
said,
go.
salute to you. Hey, and and this is what it's all about. And this is like the community that when Johnny asked me like why I want to do real estate, like I said, and I love the military. I mean, it gave me a great living. I met some great people, but doing the real estate, connecting with like-minded people that are passionate about the same things you passionate about, the encouragement, the motivation, building our confidence. We each building each other's confidence. We all started from nothing, coming into our own. Like this, what it's about. And there's been times where I just wanted to hang it up, y'all. Like the last 2 years, it's been tough in real estate. But like I said, like Johnny said, you have to keep the positive in your forefront, keep your goals, keep your outcome in the forefront. Like my outcome is I can't let my kids down. I can't let my wife down. I can't
Mm,
let my sister down. I can't let my dad down because I can't. Most importantly, I can't let my investors down. Like
right.
people are investing their livelihood, they know what I'm saying? It's like all of that factors into why I gotta stay grounded, why I gotta stay continuously learning, why I gotta stay with a positive attitude. Cause when that negative attitude creep in, y'all, like it takes you to a dark place. And it's hard to come out of it on your own. This is why it's important to have a community. Because I'm telling y'all, like Joel shared his story, Leslie bringing up, she's sharing screen, bringing up the properties that she's doing. Like y'all don't know, like on some days I be like feeling down. I see, man, Leslie out here grinding, man. Let me go ahead and get off my A and get out here and make sure I'm doing what I need to do. Let me go visit one of my properties. I don't feel like driving 30 minutes out there to my property. Let me go out there and do it. Because Leslie out here driving an hour away. Know what I'm saying?
Right.
So that's what we need, man. People to help us when we're at our lowest. Because we may just need to get over that one little hump to get to where we need to get to. And that's that mindset I got. I just need to get over this one hump, get over this hump, and continually getting over those humps. And those humps are gonna continue to come. So it's just that one hump mindset. I just gotta get over that hump. So, like I said, that's why I said, man, I appreciate y'all, man, because I'm learning something new every day. Like me and Johnny be texting, I be pinging. I'm like, man, I'm about to do this, bro. I'm just like, oh, these contractors. Oh man, hey, time is money. I gotta get this thing done. And he just like, man, bro, just stay the course, man. Just stay the course. Just stay the course. So it's just like, and you need to
Let's
hear that,
go.
and you need to
Yeah,
hear it,
yeah.
right? So, and that's what it's about, brother. But I appreciate you though. But like I said, you bring as much value to me as I do to you. So, like I said, man, I appreciate you a lot. I appreciate you.
That is awesome. That is awesome. We did get one question I'm gonna bring up here. Uh as we bring up, Michael said, how has your relationship with your mentor developed over time as you have achieved some of your goals? And then do you have any mentees? No, that's a great question, Michael.
Oh, so I guess it's a fun fact that how I met Johnny. So as I told y'all before, I was in a mastermind before. It's a multi-family one that cost a little bit of change. Didn't get a lot out of it. I'm gonna be honest with you. I met a lot of great people. So it's all about network, right? So I did meet a lot of great people, but the mentorship wasn't there. So I reached out to the community. Where? Facebook. Hey, I'm doing real estate. So guess who hit me up? Mr. Cedric Lynham. He was like, yeah, man, I got somebody that you might be interested in. My cousin does real estate. So I looked up, hold on, who your cousin? Where you been hiding him? I know you know I've been doing real estate for the last 6 months. Where he been? And I wish I had you 6 months earlier too, but it's another story. But yeah, so I pinged Mr. Lynham and I was like, hey man, yeah, I heard you was in real estate, because like I said, funny story, his cousin was my very first NCO in the Army. We used to be at that joint going playing Madden. Like he really took me under his wing, man. Good people, good people. So I already knew off gate if he recommended Johnny, he was the real thing. And we both in the military. So we already had that,
Yeah.
We didn't really have to build a whole lot. It was already there. And for those that know Johnny, it's easy to like him because you see the passion, you see the family, man, you see the grind. So he lead by example, and real recognize real. So after having the conversation with him, it didn't take much. I joined his mentorship group, went through his training, and like I said, the relationship just grew from there. I attended all of his lives, all of his mentorship classes, met his team. Shout out to Faye. Shout out to Mav. It's I'm telling you, like authentic people, grinders. It's hey, I was in a I felt like I was home. This is where I needed to be. So from there, like I said, he got me out of that Chicago deal. He gave me that objectivity. He didn't just say, "Hey man, just make the deal happen." He was like, "Hey, you want to think about this, you want to think about that, you want to," and that's what I needed. Like you gotta have someone that is able to bring you that valuable insight, those experiences that you haven't experienced yet, to help you not make those mistakes. Because I didn't have the infrastructure at the time to be able to manage it the way I wanted to manage. It wasn't that it wasn't a good deal. It's just that I didn't have the infrastructure in
Mm.
place in Chicago to get the deal done. So, and that's how our relationship elevated over time. It's just we built that trust with each other. And it wasn't necessarily through it was through what he said as well, because he know his stuff, but it's just by the way he leads, by the way he puts out information. And you know how we said, like, man, how does he balance all this, all that? How does that person, like, I used to be that guy. People said that too. Like, man, how do you balance studying for certifications all the time, being a professor? And I'm asking Johnny, like, man, how do you balance all of this stuff? So it's like you need somebody that's going to help you elevate to the next level. That's what a mentor does. He helps you elevate, and that's where it kind of built for me. Like, man, I was like, man, I need to elevate like Johnny, man. Hey, I got to put in this work.
Let's go. Get your oxygen mask, baby. Let's go.
Hey, that's it. Hey, hold on, let me go grab it real quick. But yeah, man. So but for the second part of the question, no, I don't have any mentees. And people tell me that I need to coach, but for me, I feel though I'm still really learning. Even though I have a lot of knowledge to give, I try to give it through, the pathways that I can for right now. But I don't have any mentees right now. And it just
Yeah.
doesn't mean I have to be a mentee. I have one in real estate. I have like mentees in other facets, just not in real estate. Because I want to be
No,
able to
that's
give you
awesome.
exactly what you need or give you the resources that you need. And I don't feel at this stage I have everything that I need to be a real estate mentor.
Yes, you do. I'm gonna disagree. I'm gonna disagree because there's always the levels, like the experience level that you have. Once again, that 1% that you think you don't, but there's a lot of people who haven't even bought a house before, had never underwrote a deal, who have never even seen a contract before in their life, who never had a conversation or walked the house with a contractor. You can help all those people. So you got it. You got it. And then if you don't got it, if you don't have it, you know where to go get it from. So
Oh, you know that. I
facts,
got
facts,
I
and we
got
all
I
do.
got that one.
Yep. We got one here about business NASIX codes. I think that's more so with the with getting the LLC set up with that one. And then we had another one here. What's your strategy for staying informed about real estate investment marketing trends? Because we have to pull the NASIC codes and kind of see what the individual codes are for that one to find the
Right.
right one.
And I can share mine offline. Like you said, I just have to pull it up. But
Okay.
it's definitely real estate. Um, but yeah.
Okay.
What
Then
was
the
the
other one
other
was
question, Johnny?
what's your strategy for staying informed about real estate investment marketing trends?
Early on, I made this mistake. I gotta shout out to Faith. She said, "Get on bigger pockets." I got on bigger. got on bigger pockets, but I didn't stay engaged on bigger pockets. Bigger Pockets has a podcast. They give out, they send emails. The same thing Johnny does as well. Tune in. Hey, join the REI Genius community to get Johnny's emails. He puts out great content as well. But I'm really big now, staying connected into Bigger Pockets because they put out a lot of information. I just found out yesterday that Augusta is one of the things that said the top 10 in rental growth for
Yep.
rentals. So yeah, they always putting out great content. Staying connected on LinkedIn too. LinkedIn put out a lot of great content from different real estate investors as well that are doing things out here in the community. I'm not really subscribed to any like subscription type things other than Bigger Pockets.
No, that's great. Those are great. And I think all those are phenomenal assets to have or tools to have in your tool belt when it comes to being informed and making decisions in your market, and just understanding where the overall market at the national level is going. But like you said, there's information out there on the individual market, like you in Augusta, where you're investing. Where else are you guys investing right now as we get ready to wrap up?
So we're mainly investing in Augusta, in South Carolina, Columbia, and I think what is that southbound coming back towards Columbia. So Columbia, Aiken, North Augusta, and Augusta
Okay.
are our biggest areas to where we're looking to invest because there's a lot of growth going on there.
Facts, facts. Awesome. For those that want to connect with you offline, what's the best way for them to connect with you?
So if you want to connect with me offline, my email is hscottiv@gmail.com. Follow me on Instagram at REI Houdini. And we also have a company Instagram page. It's Scott Investment Group LLC. We're on LinkedIn. I'm on LinkedIn. That's Henry Scott. Also have a company LinkedIn, Scott Investment Group. Facebook as well, Scott Investment Group. And if you type in at RE Houdini on Facebook, you can find me, add me, or just type in my name, Henry Scott. That should come up as well. I'm on all the platforms. My son's working on our TikTok account, so we should be on
Okay.
TikTok in a little bit. So stay tuned for that. And I'll be in the REI Genius community every Monday at 8 o'clock, Saturdays at 11. Let's go. Let's get it. If you ain't doing it, let's get to it. Time to take action now. Time freedom, baby. That's what it's about. Time
That's
freedom.
it. No, awesome. I appreciate you coming on, brother, sharing your journey, sharing everything that's been going on with your experience. And I already know motivating. You motivated me tonight. And and just continue to go through. And I'm like, man, I'm off tomorrow. I got a couple cold calls I need to make. I got a list over here. I've been slipping. I'm over here calling my VA, getting them to reach out. I'm like, hold on, I gotta get on the phone. I'm like, oh, you hold on, you tripping, Johnny. You done got soft. So I'm like, hey, I'm about to get out here. I'm about to take some action. I actually found some leads, TDY and Key West, for 3 properties that I found that were dilapidated, grown up, and everything down there. And I've been sitting on and for over a month. I'm like, man, let me research and call these folks and start playing. So let's go, man. That's what I've been over here thinking in my head. I'm
Let's
like, hold on,
get
I
it,
got to take
bro.
action on something. Let's go. Let's
Let's
go.
get
Let's
it,
go.
bro.
Let's
Let's
go.
get it.
I
Yes, sir.
appreciate you, brother. And no, it's been great. And everybody tuning in tonight, check us out next week. And be great. We almost halfway through the year. Reassess where you are on your goals, with what you need to do to take action and move out on it. Because guess what? We do not have as much time as we think we have. And we do not have as much time as we think we have to make mistakes. Life is too short. Go and take care of today, what you can do today. And we'll worry about tomorrow.
Hey,
That's it
John,
for us on
can I add one
REI
more
Jeans
thing?
Live. Yeah.
So, one thing I want to add, we understand the economy that we're in right now, and I kind of did like a little small case study last week, and I was just looking at the median income for United States about 77,000. At least that's what the census said. It's 77,000, and I broke down all the necessities that we need. Somewhere to stay, something to eat, utilities. I brought down all those necessities, and I left out about 5 or 6 things. When it got to the end of it, there was maybe about $800 of disposable income from a, and I used a 3-person household, both husband and wife, boyfriend and girlfriend working. 77,000
Mm,
combined income. There was about $800 of disposable income left for savings, for daycare, for gas, for all the little small incidents that you don't think about. So passive income is a must, man. Like you have to find a
it is.
secondary income source to survive, to live a lifestyle that is commendable to the work that you put in every day. So, like, if it ain't real estate, it has to be some other vehicle. We are owed to live the lifestyle that we deserve, that we think about every day. Take the trip that we think about every day. To have our kids have the jump start on life. So yeah, I just wanted to share that, Jonathan, because it's, I mean, like I said, this is near and dear. It's like this is real life. We only have one of them.
Facts. I got nothing else to say after that. That's it. We're going to end it right there. Henry Scott, y'all, make sure you reach out to him on all social media platforms, shoot him an email, and connect with him. And we will see you guys next Wednesday. Let's go and let's make some equity happen in 2024, y'all.
Let's get it. Let's freaking